a specific client, how they can tell whether a URL is indexed in Google or not. So let me see if I can find the thing that I want. So, oops, sorry about that. Let me see if I have sound first of all before I even start talking, to be honest. So let me check that. Um, just opening this on my phone to see if I have sound. Okay, I seem to do have sound, so I'll leave this on, but my sound lowered. So now the client was telling me that she created a page that's called rental and leasing, I guess. So what she was saying was that she couldn't find it on Google. Now, she had mentioned that she created this page yesterday. And this video is basically to explain to most people that have the same question as my client here, um, why they shouldn't expect to find their page in Google immediately just because they created it. Um, so let me first say, okay, this company, if anyone's interested, they're in Cyprus and they sell loads of industrial equipment to different kinds of companies within Cyprus, and I'm sure that they probably sell to other countries too. I'm actually unaware if they do, but I think they might. Um, so let's start with this page, and let me, as you can tell from my admin bar here, right? I am using Rank Math SEO, which does tell me that this site is sort of connected to Google. If you watch any of my videos, you know that I like Rank Math and that I use it a lot now, um, in place of other plugins that used to do SEO. And I have my reasons for that, and that's fine. You can use any SEO plugin, but as you can tell, it is connected and my analytics are active, so it will actually pick up traffic from this website. That's a side note to all of this. Now, if your client has a Google account, you could give them access to something called the Google Console, or what we used to call Webmaster Tools once upon a time. I haven't given this client, I think, access to this because most people that see Google Console, first off, don't know how to read it, and secondly, they get really stressed about when Google sends out emails. So Google was testing something new the other day called, I guess, indexing videos or whatever, and loads of us were getting emails related to this if we had videos on our websites. For a client that I have in the States, for example, I got this message, and the reality is the client did have access to Webmaster Tools, and because they don't know how to, comprehend what the message is telling them, they immediately panic there's something wrong with their website, which wasn't the case because the diagnostics that were run afterwards by me and by the people that had the same problem with their clients suggested that Google is sort of giving people a message if they use lazy load on videos. I'm not going to explain what that is. I did that. I'll do that in another video if I have to, but that's not the point here. My point is, as this client's web developer, I can go to their website. It's called, it's called Dexa. It should be in here if I actually type it properly. There we go. So there's the property. I'm just checking the verification because I'm switching between properties that are randomly logged into my account with. It's verified that it's me. It already knows who I am, and it knows that I have access to whatever. It's already picked up data because it's been running for a while. So yeah. So for example, right, you can tell that this page has been indexed. It has valid stuff and so forth. Okay, that's fine. So now let's try and figure out what's going on with this specific URL. Now that I've selected the property, right, I can simply chuck in the URL that she. Oops, that's my title for my video. Sorry about that. Let me go and grab the URL that I wanted to test. I can run through this here. So let me just do that. It's retrieving data from Google, if any. And I'm sure it's not indexed, and I can tell because there's no data on it. And it's obvious because she literally did it yesterday. HTTPS is invalid. Let's see why that is. Let me just check. Her website is HTTPS and the certificate is valid. So that's fine. It's probably just a mistake on Google's part. So let's do this. I'm gonna request indexing. Okay. And it's testing it and it's going through the motions of checking the URL. And it will say that it will put it in the queue to be indexed. It might happen in an hour, it might happen in 3 days, it might happen now. Nobody knows when. So let's go and see how we can then determine which URLs are indexed in Google without using a specific keyword. I'll just wait for this to finish and I'll show you a little magic trick in Google to figure out if a URL is indexed or not while I wait for this. I'll show you the message when it's done, just so that the client knows that I did actually request indexing. And your clients can actually request indexing themselves, assuming they know what they are requesting. So let me just go to Google for a second here and show you the little magic trick. So I'm just going to go to google.com here. Oops, I probably mistyped. Yes, I did. Ignore that. Now the magic trick here is you can say site double dot. Oops, if I actually type it properly. And then instead of this URL, I'm going to put in the URL of the website that I'm actually looking at to see what's indexed. And I'm removing the URL because I don't want to check the specific URL. You actually check websites like this. So as you can see, it's giving me a list and it's telling me you should use Google Search Console, which I already use. And you can already tell what's indexed and what's not. Now, the reason I do it like this is because I don't know which keyword it will use to pick up that page. But this website has loads of pages indexed on Google, so presumably, unfortunately, the client would have to go through and check to see specifically if the page is indexed. This might take her a while, but she can try and do that. Let's see if it will pick up a specific page. It won't pick that up. Let's try. I don't know. Is there an about us page? There should be either an about or about us. Let me just try this. Ah, there it is. So you can do it specifically for a page, which wasn't the case years ago when I first learned this trick when I was still in school. So you can actually specify a specific page to see if that specific one is indexed. Now, another thing the client might want to know, let me just go back to Google to see that the URLs. So it says indexing requested. URL was added to the priority crawl queue. It says that if you submit it multiple times, it won't make a difference. It will actually lower your possibility of getting indexed. So I have requested the indexing. When it will happen is up to Google and Google itself. For anyone that's interested, really, you can. Oh, Google has changed loads of stuff here. Anyway, you can actually go to sitemaps and see when Google last visited. It said that it came on the 14th of September, which was yesterday. So that's okay. I can probably request a re-index. So if I type it in again here, sitemap index, and I say XML, it might say that it read it today, and maybe that will help it go faster as to indexing, but this you don't really usually need to do. As you can see, it actually made zero difference, I think. Yeah, it came and read it, but it doesn't really mean that it's going to index the URL just because I said it came and read it. So let's do the thing again. The URL. As you can see, that doesn't make a difference. So don't think that by resubmitting your sitemap that will actually make a difference. Google will at some point come back and read your sitemap. So that's that for now. if you know your client's not one of those stressful ones, you can give them Google Console access and teach them how to request indexing. But also, I need to show people something regarding this. So, if any of your clients work with SEO themselves on their website, which this client is sort of willing to do, so that's why I'm have to show this as well. Um, you can check your specific page. So let's go to that specific then page because I am logged in, which I did the check stuff before I started the video. So this is the page, right? You can go edit page. I'm not gonna actually touch the page for her. I'm just gonna check that it's indexable. So give me a sec here. You can. I don't care about all of this. All I care about is the SEO. And actually, you can see she's trying to do SEO here. And rank math gives you tips and all that stuff. That's great. Um, so I'm gonna say rental and leasing. She should probably put in the focus keyword here. Rental and leasing. I'm just doing that because she might have forgotten that she needs to do that. If I actually spelled correctly, that would be even better. Rental and leasing, just so that it sort of picks it up. That's all. She can then come and do refinements and stuff. It's fine. I don't. I just want to make sure it's indexable. So the way you do that is you go. Oh, I must have paused it actually. Oops, I did. It was right there and I didn't see it. So you can preview how it's going to look when it actually comes up. So it's going to say Dexa Limited, blah blah blah. You can change all this if you want by clicking edit and sort of changing what it says. You don't have to specifically, but if you wanted to say something different in the description, then you could have. So that's fine. I'm not touching that. I'm just going to advanced to make sure that this is text. This means that it will index the results. If you want something not to be indexed, you can say no index, no archive, no snippet. We want all of this to sort of happen. Um, so we know it's indexable. Now all we have to do is sit back and wait for Google to come and do its thing. That's about it, guys. Hope this helped even a bit. I'm going to terminate the video right now, and feel free to leave comments and ask me anything about this if you ever come across the video and need to use it. Like, subscribe, share. I have loads of videos that are mostly around web development. Some videos I do for specific clients, and some of them are even in Greek, so they might not be useful to most of you. But feel free to, check out my channel, give it a go, check the playlists, and maybe there's something helpful for you in there anyway. Have a nice day. Talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.